There we go. Unless it moves it again. This is unmute.
Okay,
Yeah. Thanks.
okay. Constituting a quorum, I'd like to call to order the Recreation and Parks Board of the city of Port Lavaca. And with that, I will start with item 1 on the agenda, general discussion and clear statements from citizens. Do we have any general discussion today? Apparently, we have no citizens attending outside of the group.
No.
I will announce that our next meeting will be Wednesday, April 19th at noon here as usual. And if you would put that on your calendar, I just did that a moment ago. I usually like to put them out there 2 or 3 months ahead, but I haven't done that lately. Okay, next item on the agenda is approved minutes from the regular meeting held February 15th, 2023.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor? Item 3 on the agenda is receive Parks and Recreation's operations and maintenance report from the Director of Public Works.
Mr. Schaefer, he's out sick this week. And so, I'll take that part. And. Okay, so, I don't know how to go about it, but, operate, the maintenance, and, we've been, doing the part, we've been doing the swing set, hold on. I'm getting, camera shy. Anyway, we're
Talking to 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I know. No,
We're all on your side, Eddie.
I'll get used to it. Anyway, we're doing the inspections on all the playground equipment, and that's going real smooth. We did, I've looked at previous, I always watch Parks Board meetings, so I stay updated.
Yes,
It really helps, just being a hand, knowing what's going on in the meetings. And anyway, we're keeping up with the playground inspections. And we're doing a lot of the repairs. It's with the COVID thing, it's been real hard to get the equipment we need to do the repairs. And but I know that we put we installed a new soccer goal down at City Park. We also repaired all the swings. A lot of the hardware was not up to date, and we updated all those. And we had a couple of baby swings that need to be replaced. That's been taken care of. Let's see, and brand new soccer goals with nets. And we do have that construction project going on down there with the lift station.
mhm.
And so, eventually that's gonna finish up, and then we can get the park back like it needs to be, grass will grow there and everything. But the swings by the road, we replaced all the hardware on those. Now, I'm having an issue with the south side park, getting the right clamps that'll fit that pipe.
Which park?
The
Jordan.
Okay, yeah.
yes, sir. the older swing set at City Park was a 2.5-inch OD pipe. Which we were able to get the clamps and everything to repair those. And we replaced replaced all the chains that needed to be replaced, and they had to be longer because that was an older swing set and it's taller than the newer ones. So we replaced all the chains on the one by the road there. And then south side, I've got the same problem. That's an older swing set. It's got a 3-inch pipe on the top that holds the hardware.
Mhm.
And that hardware from 70s or 80s, it's old. And I'm having a hard time locating the right the right outfit to fit that pipe. So I'm still working on that. That's like on my priority list, and Wayne's involved in that also. We're trying to figure out how to take care of that situation. And if worst case scenario, we have to put a new swing set there, which would be costly, and I'm trying to eliminate that at this point, but I know I didn't have feed gravel there.
Hmm?
Yeah, that does.
George Adams Park, the cushion in there is feed gravel.
No, that,
It is, it's the wood.
it's
Yeah.
engineered wood fiber, yeah.
Anyway, we are, in the future, we're talking about, getting the plastic, like we did at this, City Park. We put that plastic and then we put that composite wood in there. That worked out real good. And, I think that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get all the parks all the same. And also, one other thing that Wayne would probably talk about if he is here is we did receive all the signs for the parks. With the rules, we've got rules for the splash pad. I know I saw some more signs that showed up for the skate spot. And as we have some time, we're gonna start installing these signs. So.
And you might mention the speed limit sign you put down at the beach.
In fact, this last week, they installed a caution light at the beach where you drive, and it's right by the splash pad, across the street from the splash pad. And I know there's a slow children sign there. And they installed that, they put the caution light, and Bobby, as we speak, he's working on trying to he's got the speed limit signs for that, and they'll be going up real soon. Because when I'm in the park, sometimes you see people driving 30 through there, and so we're hoping to further that scenario. But anyway, that's a lot of things that are going on at this point. And that's probably what Wayne would say if he was here. Got any questions on any other things coming up? There's another one Wayne would tell you, there's sidewalks going in at the skate park. And there's also a parking lot gonna be right there by that. And so, that's gonna help out with the traffic there, Other than that, everything else is pretty up to par. Right now we got the winter grass kind of dying out, and there's a lot of clover out there. And so, the mowing's gonna be kind of tough for a while, but we're keeping up with it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
While you just mentioned the skate park, I do have a question. The rules for the skate park, I think they include some kind of requirement for safety gear.
It's not a requirement. It's recommended. We can't require it or we be policing 24/7, but it is on the sign. It says it's recommended. Yes.
Theoretically, my grandkid was supposed to be here this week, but he's gonna come in next week instead, and there's a good chance he'll want to go out there, and I'm not sure he's gonna have the right safety gear.
Yeah, it just says it's recommended.
Okay, and I just didn't know whether we'd be thrown in jail if we got caught.
Right. Now that you mentioned that, I'm in that park quite a bit,
Yes, sir.
even on the weekends a lot.
Yes,
And so most of the kids that are real serious about skateboarding, I'll see them and they're wearing knee pads, they've got a helmet. They're sitting, I've seen them wear gloves,
Yeah.
So, and typically, and I think you've noticed it too, is these kids show up with brooms. And I'll see them out there sweeping it, because if you figure you're going, I don't know how fast they go, probably 30 miles an hour down them little ramps, and you hit a stump and on a skateboard, you're probably gonna do this. So typically the kids are really taking pride in that project.
that's great. That's good to hear.
It makes our job a lot easier.
Right.
And so yeah, in fact, that's where we're mowing right now,
Okay.
They've got a softball tournament this weekend over there. And so, weather permitting, I'm sure they're still gonna have a softball tournament or whatever it is. So, yeah, we're trying to stay up on top of it.
All right. Thank y'all. I appreciate that, Jody. It answers my question. All right. I see the next item on the agenda is receive monthly inspections report from the Parks Public Works Department.
I don't think we have that.
Yeah, it's on this printed copy.
In fact, that was done, and I do have that. I didn't bring it to this meeting, but I do have those reports.
Okay, so
They're on my
we'll start
desk.
getting those.
But next meeting, I'll make sure I bring them.
Well,
Well,
actually,
get it to her ahead of time so she can put them in the packet.
Right. Yeah, I will do that.
He puts them in the packet.
Right.
So that you can see them on the
do you
screen.
want to
What's that?
email? Do you have an email already or no?
Cindy's setting that up for me today.
No, that's fine, because I'm gonna start sending you a notification, but every Friday I send them a packet, so if you can get it to me like middle of the week before, I
Okay,
will send it, and then that way they can have time to
that sounds great.
You can, and if you want to, you can just bring it to my office, you know where my
Oh,
office is,
yeah,
right?
I do.
I'll scan it in and give it back. to
That
you.
sounds great.
Okay.
Okay.
All righty. It just takes a little while to get up to speed. All right. Next item on the agenda is item 5. Receive update on park assignments from the park board members. And I know, Mark, you said last time we started
Yeah, I'll
with you
start.
before, but this time we are starting with you.
Yeah, I was at Adams Park this morning. There's a plugged commode in the ladies' bathroom. It's plugged up. I tried flushing it. I couldn't get it to flush. And it's recent. It's not gross or anything.
Right, yeah.
It'll get gross.
Yeah.
There's also, somebody must have had a pretty big picnic because there's a full trash can over there too. I don't know how often y'all empty the trash cans over there.
Usually, if you went by there today, Dougie started the route.
Oh, okay. He might get to it this afternoon.
Usually George Adams and the boat ramp and Wilson's, things have changed, but usually that's the last on.
Well, usually there's not any trash in those trash cans.
Right.
Today is it was a good day that somebody's actually using the trash.
No,
can. It was
and I know because I work there, but I can go through a bathroom and everything's working great.
Yeah.
Everything's fine. And you come in an hour and the whole thing is changed. That's just the way it is. After we go.
I live on the south side. You don't have to tell me about drainage problems on the south side.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Well,
but-
not the city. I mean, my own
Right.
personal ones.
Yeah.
Those are just some old lines.
Yeah.
I understand.
I started off at the Bower and I would go through that place like a fine tooth comb. And an hour later, we have problems, you know, I mean, that's how quick things change. And
No, that's fine. That's fine. And the other thing is, man, you guys got a big hole over there, Jody. Where they're digging right there next to the park. There's the drainage project that's going on. Well, yeah, that's a.
It's big old holes and they gotta fill up,
I know, and they're big.
takes some time, you know.
I appreciate that's a good project though. Yeah,
Anything else, Martin?
no, that'll do it. Park looks great, by the way. It picked up a little bit of trash, but no, it
Yeah.
mowed. It looks, and even some wildflowers growing over there. Looks good.
the strangest thing, well, it went, yeah, typically Wilson, that place gets, you know, it's kind of off the beaten path. And so, you know, we get quite a few vandalism things going on down there. And the strangest thing, I came in Saturday morning, been about a month ago. And these kids, and they left everything there, you know, they left a baseball bat and they went to Walmart. And they bought some of these gloves that were like, you know, real good gloves. And they had a baseball bat and they were playing fruit ball in the parking lot. And I'd seen a watermelon, a cantaloupe, an orange, apple. They were throwing, you know, they were practicing fruit ball in the parking lot. And I drove in there and I seen all this, a pumpkin and all this stuff. It's all over the parking lot. And I was like, what the heck? And this was, you know, that night I came and closed the bathrooms and it wasn't like that. So they came after 9 o'clock and played fruit ball. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's gonna look real good after cars drive over it. So that took me about 30 minutes to, you know, clean that up. But if y'all notice any pumpkin or growing up in the, that's why. I didn't get to sweep up all the seeds, you know.
Right.
That's just some of the things that happens down there, you know, that that's some of the things we have to deal with on a regular basis.
All righty. I took my drive through of Claret Crossing a few minutes ago, or drive by, I should say. You don't drive through Claret, but you drive by it. I'm still wondering about that trash that's over there on that property.
That's fine.
That stuff looks like it has to be on park grounds.
It is.
Yeah, it's not, there's not another piece of property between the,
No, it is on our property and we've done everything short of moving it ourselves. I mean, we're contacted the developer and his contractor. He's supposed to be bringing in some plans for 4 more houses here in the next 2 weeks. And for sure, when they get back on site, we'll get them to move it, but
okay, I was just wondering.
it is where
First, I thought there might be a little strip of property between the park and the first buildings, but there's no way that's a property
it's
between there.
city property.
So, okay. But otherwise, the park looked pretty good. It's probably going to be due for a mowing soon.
Sure.
Because grass is growing crazy.
Oh, I know it. We hit that one last week.
Yeah,
Right now, it's like 1 week to the next,
right.
it pops up real quick,
Yeah, I know I had to get my yard mowed extraordinarily quickly this time.
right?
Let's see, then I also took the drive through Bayfront and it looks good too. And again, it's probably on your schedule.
It's due for a mowing. I had the Bower on schedule for today and we're finishing up Wilson and those are the big ones. And then we'll be going to Lighthouse after that.
I saw something, I only really saw a couple of people using the park today. Usually a lot of times when I drive through, there's a a half dozen or more people out there.
Mhm.
There were some people, maybe contractors taking their lunch break out there and stuff like that in the parking lot.
Mhm.
The only people I saw utilizing the park seemed to be like a mom and a child
Mhm.
using the playground equipment. Well, the child was, the mom was kind of participating to
Right.
help the kid, and then the other thing that I saw that it slightly disturbed me, although I know there's probably nothing technically wrong with it, but one of these one-wheeler guys was riding around on his one-wheel thing,
Mhm.
and I'd seen him earlier kind of coming from where the fishing pier is, and he went on around the loop toward the memorial. When I drove to the memorial, he was using his one wheel all over this top of the memorial, and it wasn't probably anything wrong or harmful, but it just seemed disrespectful to be
Right.
riding that one wheeler in the
memorial
itself. Yeah, in the memorial itself. And I don't know if that's something we would consider trying to address to keep people from skateboarding or one-wheeling or riding their bicycle inside the memorial itself or what, but it just disturbed me because it was disrespectful.
Yeah.
And like I said, probably nothing illegal about it.
But us being, me and the guys, if we see something that we don't, it's not right, we'll address it,
Right.
or if it's something that's beyond our control,
Yeah.
we know the number to PD and they address.
Well, and again, there's probably nothing unlawful.
Well, Matt,
But,
what,
sometimes common sense should prevail.
yeah, I mean, we are working on signs for Bayfront to identify the 1 mile walking trail and the half-mile bike trail, similar to what we've got at Lighthouse Beach. And in conjunction with that, I'm working on putting up a sign that would be next to that for walking trail etiquette, basically. And so walking trail, because there's certain etiquette when you're on a shared use path. And we can certainly get with the BFW or whatever, and maybe come up with some kind of etiquette guidance for, use of the memorial.
Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, this one-wheeler guy that I see around quite a bit, I'm sure he's well older than a teenager.
Mhm. I know, Bobby, he's our, he's our, guy at the Lighthouse Beach, and, Bobby's, he's a real asset. And, he, like talking about etiquette, he'll see people fishing off of the walkway, and so he shuts them down. And so he's got some signage now that says no fishing. And there is a sign that says no bikes on that walkway. And so that's I think the more signs we put up and with Bobby kind of holding ground over there, he's pretty hard. I wouldn't want to be down there on a bike and he comes up because he takes care of business. And he really helps us out a lot, down at the lighthouse, and
Okay.
so.
But
Yeah.
anyway, I just wanted to comment about that. Again, I'm not suggesting we necessarily do anything particularly, but it just seems like some people, you got to wonder about how people can or cannot or will not exercise common sense and
Mhm.
courtesy. Okay. All right, that's all I had for the two parks I'm assigned. I did drive by the Fay Bower Park, and from the street it looks good, but one of the things I would mention is that I think there was a wedding ceremony down there Saturday evening, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody actually held a wedding ceremony down there. And
And you know that there's gonna be an event there Thursday. Make sure we.
Oh,
meet or
Thursday?
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
There.
You know, I'll take care of it, make sure it's good. We did, do an upgrade, and it concerns, Sterling Park also. Is, you know, we have the big, Republic trash cans. And typically, as a employee, you know, those are hard to dump, and a Republic or, you know, the trash people don't get rid of those, we do, and those fill up real quick. And we have to take them to the yard and dump them, and then we bring them back out there and we rinse them out. Well, last week, I got up with Cindy, and so now we're gonna have bags in those trash cans. It's also there's 2 at the Lighthouse Beach Pier. Then we have 3 at Bayfront Beach Pier. That's the big trash cans. And so we have to walk down, you know, the pier 800 foot and bring that trash can back. Well, now we have trash bags that fit those. And Cindy, they just came in yesterday. And so now it's got a big rubber band that holds it on there. And now we just have to go out there and pull the bag, and like we do at the 55-gallon drums. So that's gonna make it easier on us, and it's gonna make it cleaner too.
I assume you can drive a mule down there or something?
Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get one of these big 4-wheel wagons from Tractor Supply, you know, that's got the pneumatic tires.
Okay.
That way we can just make one trip, because typically the you know, the pier at Lighthouse, that's the main one. That it's so far down there. And you know, and then you're gonna have people fishing, so it's not feasible to take a mule down there. And so we're gonna try that way and see if that works.
Okay.
And so Cindy, as we need them, she'll order some more trash bags. And the one at Sterling Park, the same way, that's a big trash can there. That we're gonna have a bag in there that we can go and check and pull it out, you know.
Okay.
So that's gonna help us a lot.
All righty. Okay, thank you. Bill?
Kind of the same touch bases, Lighthouse Beach look good, real good. I noticed, like, I know it's bad time with spring break right now, but Sunday, even the dumpsters were really overflowing.
Oh, yeah.
Trashes,
Yeah.
But like, I've always been, I like I'm all about science, everything I've done. And you know, I know it's spring break, but there's guys right there.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking, and there's glass bottles, and you know, that's a no-no at the beach, but we go
Where-
with so many signs and like.
Oh, I know it.
access and
I know it.
There's everything, you know, it's hard for people to
Bobby
obey.
as far as Lighthouse goes, Bobby's real good about you know, bottles, dogs, fires on the beach. But he's out there during the weekend.
Right.
And so that's when a lot of things happen, you know. And so yeah, and you know, and also not but a city park, you know, that's a big one that, you know, they bring a lot of bottles over there. And so, you know, I'm thinking as we get the signs up in the right locations, that's gonna curb a lot of that, you know. Because these are big signs and they've got a list of rules on it. You know, and if they don't follow the rules, then you know the number.
Right.
Which is called some of our coworkers with that the blue uniforms on.
Other than, I mean, that's all I have on Lighthouse with that. Wilson Park. Like I said, looks good. I guess the water leak's all taken care of. At Wilson Park is.
Yeah, they did. In fact, we had another one pop up last week.
Yeah.
We finally got that taken care of. The water department, it was just, it was cold and everything, and like, all the water leaks are fixed at this point. And so, yeah, that's a good thing. And so now we should be able to get around there without getting our lawnmower equipment stuck, you know.
Right. The only thing, that new parking lot, Jody, it's not gonna have it's just got one entrance, right? One exit. It's not gonna have,
It's just it's one entrance.
Okay.
Because it's designed to be expanded later on.
oh, okay, that's what I was wondering, because like, I thought it was gonna be a mirror image of the other one.
No, I mean, this one, we just went to, if you notice, we're just going to the drainage swale.
Right.
Because then when we expand, we'll need to put underground drainage, that's more cost and everything, because eventually it'll go closer to the other ball field
Okay,
and then back, but this is just a phase one, there's just an entrance and exit.
okay.
So,
Yeah, I just wanted to touch bases on that. People weren't asking, they were hoping for, but now, I'll give something to say, so
yeah,
talk about. That's all I got on Wilson. I mean, like I said, it looks good. They were out there mowing earlier.
Yeah.
No other issues on Wilson. I mean, just the water leaving.
Right, where's that at? Well, also at Lighthouse, or at Bayfront. We're in the process of, where the water fountain is. We had some issues with the water fountain a while back and, we took care of those. And we're gonna install a trash can there. Jody just sent me an email. And we're gonna install one of the nicer trash cans there instead of the 55-gallon drum. And eventually, as we keep going, maybe we'll, phase out a lot of the H phones that we're using, and go with the other type of trash cans. And so I think we're heading forward on that a lot.
Okay, anything else to report?
No, sir.
All right. I guess we will defer to next time for the other parks that are not being covered today. The next item on the agenda is receive financial status report of the Parks Recreation Department. Are there any highlights off that report that you like to?
I mean, just, we're at 42% of our budget year. You can notice, if you look at the beach revenues, we are starting to see some revenue. And we're getting some campers, finally, in the campground. We're doing really good with interest income, more so than what we had budgeted because interest rates are up. And as far as expenditures, we're still, well below, budget on that, but like Eddie said, we'll be looking at, the available stuff we've got and making sure we're spending them to maintain everything this year.
All righty, thank you. The next item on the agenda, item 7, is receive status report of the improvement project at Wilson Park.
As we mentioned, Silva Construction is working on that. They've got, they stabilized the subgrade, we've got the limestone down for the parking lot, and they are forming up sidewalks. I talked to them yesterday and they thought they might have a pour today or tomorrow, but I don't know. For sure, but they had sidewalks poured up. They didn't have the one, support them. The one that goes from Seabrook to the front of the skate park had been done as of yesterday. It's looking really good.
I have a picture in your packet. I was trying to put it up here, but it's not working.
Oh, yeah, this is the one I posted on Facebook. That
Yeah.
shows
I went ahead and put it on.
the sidewalk. That's the parking lot area there. They've got the sidewalks, working on cutting it out and start forming it over across the road to the soccer field. So that's pretty well on schedule.
Okay,
And one thing about Wilson Park, who's in charge of the softball tournament this weekend, do you know?
Yeah.
Who's in charge of the softball tournament this weekend?
Really don't know. I don't know who's in charge of it.
I think just get in touch with them and have a quick discussion about parking and access, because they really need to utilize our access on the north end.
Right.
Comes in
Mhm.
and not everybody trying to park on that road.
Right, I got you. Yeah, I'll get up to Cindy on that.
Yeah, I think the one that cuts here.
Oh, is it?
Yes,
That's who's over there?
I believe so. I'll
Oh,
double
okay.
check
Yeah,
it.
'cause if they come in from the north side, there's plenty, all that grass.
Yes.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Signs.
okay. Item 8 on the agenda is receive status report of the United Way Born Learning Trail at City Park.
Actually, I met with, Jackie Grissom, she's gonna be painting the, hopscotch area, and I met with her about a week ago to let her see where it's gonna be, and she's planning on getting started. I know she's got the paint already. She's waiting for good weather consistently to get started on that. And Michael Sanchez is, he's been working with the United Way, and he's recruiting some other artists in the high school and others. Sorry, that is gonna help with the other painting that's needed, and that will probably get started. And sometime in April, probably, he's gonna try to get that started in earnest once he gets the Lighthouse Beach done. So right
Hopscotch,
now, we're
really?
just kind of
Hopscotch?
basically, we're waiting for consistent weather. What?
Hopscotch, really?
Yeah, there's a hopscotch.
Well, good. I hadn't seen hopscotch played in, God, since I was
No,
a kid,
there's
probably.
what, 10 stations, and one of the stations is a hopscotch, and it's a really cool little hopscotch. I really, really like it. She found it online, and she's gonna paint it.
Tim, when you say stations, what are you talking about?
Well, the Born Learning Trail, what it is.
Oh, okay. Oh, I haven't seen.
It's stations along the trail.
Yeah.
And it's looking for the target audience are small kids.
Little guys, okay.
And so there's activities that the parents and the kids engage in
Okay.
along the stations of the trail.
All right.
And one of them is hopscotch.
Hopscotch.
And there's another one, it's a storytelling station, and that's where we've got the 2 benches there already. It's a storytelling station, and I have hopes to get some shade structure of some sort up there at some point, but still looking at prices for that. But it's underway.
Okay, thank you. The next item on the agenda is receive status report of the mural project at Lighthouse Beach, item 9.
And in your packet is a current photo.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's, talked to, Michael yesterday, I think, or day before yesterday, and he said it might not, he probably wasn't gonna be able to get back out there until Thursday of this week. But that's kind of where he's at. He wants to put another layer of, I think there's still another layer of the background paint that needs to go in there, and then we'll put the downspouts back up, and then he's gonna paint the sunset colors on the downspouts too. And then get started on the lettering. So it's underway.
Okay. Theoretically, that brings us to adjournment, but before we adjourn this meeting, I'd like to consider, since we don't really have the full board here today, if we could, I would prefer we postpone the Wilson Park visit the next month, if that would be suitable. Because usually it's better for virtually all of us to be here. And I would prefer to do that. Do I have an opinion about that from everybody?
I think that's great,
I agree.
because by that time, the sidewalks will be done and
Yeah, and we might have hot mix, should have hot mix down.
oh, yeah.
In a month.
It should be good and hot by then too, so that'd be great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, in that case, we will defer the postpone the workshop until next month at Wilson Park. And I would like to ask for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
We have a motion.
I'll second.
And a second, all in favor? Okay, thank y'all for being here. Good meeting.